My wife and I, we got married really young. Like, really young. Right out of high school. My wife was 18. I was actually still 17. I was 6 weeks away from turning 18. My dad had to sign our marriage certificate to make it legal. He essentially signed custody of me over to my wife for a month and a half. Which made it hard to fill out like paperwork. I'd be like, honey, do I put you down as spouse or legal guardian? One thing people don't tell you about getting married that young is your wedding gifts are gonna be terrible. Because like, we invited all of our friends and they're young and broke just like us, right? I think most of our friends walked around their parents' house with an empty cardboard box and just threw random things in there. Because we're opening up presents and it's like, all right, we got some tiny hotel shampoos and half a roll of duct tape and a can of peaches. Are we newlyweds or hurricane victims? My wife's awesome. She likes to play hard to get though, which is weird. And usually she's really obvious about it. She's like flirty and giggly. She's like, what are you doing? We have to get up early in the morning. Oh. It's not creepy when she does it, dude. You'll have to take my word for it. But there are other times she is straight up confusing. One night, she goes, I'm really sorry, I'm just not in the mood to, do anything tonight. And I was like, okay. And I rolled over to go to sleep. And she got mad. She goes, that's it? I was like, what? She goes, you're not even gonna try? So you just said you weren't in there. She goes, I'm trying to play hard to get. I said, oh, that's funny, because I'm trying to play I'm not a creep. So, you guys see where the confusion comes in. There's sometimes we go through dry spells, which is normal for couples, it happens. Everybody's busy. I just worry that in her head, she doesn't even realize that we're going through a dry spell. Like, she's just going along going, I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, well, I'll remember when I remember. Meanwhile, for me, it's like the end of the world. Every day that goes by, I get more angry and frustrated, start dragging my knuckles on the ground, so I revert back to my Cro-Magnon DNA, and I start making dumb decisions. Like one time I was like, she doesn't want me to put the moves on her? Fine, I'm not gonna put the moves on her. Let's see how she likes that. Guess what, guys? According to my independent study, she likes that just fine. No big deal. We just had our 22nd anniversary, actually. Yeah. It's been a good run. No, just kidding. I took her to this really nice restaurant up in the mountains, and when we got there, the host asked, would you like to dine outdoors today or indoors? And if you're outdoors, you can enjoy the beautiful mountain views. I was like, we're in the mountains, let's go for the beautiful mountain views. But when he took us to our table, we saw that it was just covered in bird poop. I was like, oh, so what you were really asking was, would you like to dine indoors at a clean table or outdoors at the bottom of a bird cage? He was really cool, got us a new table, everything was fine. And then the waitress came over, and I asked her if the ribeye was good there. And she gave me a dirty look, and she goes, I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat anything with a face. I said, well, I guess you've never heard of the VeggieTales then. Because they have a face. In fact, you should check them out. I think you'd like them. They're really self-righteous and preachy. Holidays are big in our house, like Mother's Day, Father's Day. That usually involves breakfast in bed. Like in the movies, it makes it look like breakfast in bed is like a selfless act of unconditional love. But it is not. Best case scenario, it's one of two things. It's either, hi, good morning, we forgot to get you a present, here's some toast. Or it's like a passive aggressive way to say, I got up earlier than you today. You're welcome. That's real life, guys. One holiday I don't get into is Valentine's Day. You know, because I don't need a corporate holiday to tell me my wife still loves me the same way she did as when we first started dating. As a friend.